Now, the situation in Syria is taking its toll on oil prices, or boosting them is really what we should be saying. Look at those numbers. Oil surging nearly 3% today here in the United States on concerns that the U.S. may be inching closer to a potential military strike on Syria, perhaps as early as Thursday, Kelly.
Bill, Peter Schiff is saying this is bad news for an already sluggish U.S. economy, while David Hale of David Hale Global Economics doesn't see an immediate economic threat. So, Peter, first to you. You're never super optimistic here, but you're saying this really makes things worse?
Well, it depends on your perspective. I own a lot of oil. But, you know, I thought oil prices were going to go up anyway. I think clearly the catalyst for a $3 move today is Syria. But if it wasn't Syria, it would have been something else. Oil prices are going a lot higher than $109 a barrel, and it is a big negative for the U.S. economy. And what's happening right now in Syria is just one more weight on a weakened economy, and we can't bear the weights that we have, let alone the additional weights that are being placed upon us.
David, why don't you think higher oil prices would hurt our economy right now?
I think if we had a large oil price increase, that would be a negative. That would bolster inflation, depress real income. That would be a problem. What's unclear is why the Syrian conflict should lead to sharply higher oil prices. Syria itself 2 years ago produced only a couple 100,000 barrels of oil. It's not a factor. The real danger posed by Syria is it lies in the region where a lot of oil was produced. It's a conflict in some ways between Iran and Saudi Arabia. If they had a direct conflict, that would obviously mean much higher oil prices.
You said you'd be concerned if it got much higher. How much higher before you start to get sweaty palms about the economy?
$20 a barrel, $25 a barrel.
And you think we're going that higher, Peter?
Well, I think ultimately, we're going to move to $110 to $125 a barrel relatively soon, maybe in the next few months, maybe sooner if something does break out. But I think over the next few years, oil is going to take out the $150 a barrel high that we put in prior to the 2008 financial crisis, and we're closer to $200 a barrel. But it's not because of Syria. It's because of Ben Bernanke and whoever his successor may be, because of Abe in Japan, because of all the central banks around the world that are just printing too much money. It's quantitative easing. It's inflation that is causing oil prices to rise.